Hello and welcome to Tiffany's Tiny Things and this Christmas special. In October I did Sally from the Nightmare Before Christmas doll, and I thought it would be kind of appropriate to make Jack Skellington for a Christmas special, because I think The Nightmare Before Christmas is both a Halloween movie and a Christmas movie. And I thought about what kind of boy doll to use for this, and I decided on this Monster High guy. Problem is he is too short, so we'll have to extend his legs and arms, but also his head is kind of big, so we'll have to shrink that. And this will be the first time I actually shrink a head, so that will be exciting. So first of all, I removed the head with some boiling hot water, carefully so you don't break the neck peg. I watched a few tutorials on how to shrink the head with acetone. So what you do first is remove the face paint with pure acetone. And then I take a glass jar, that is, well, big enough, I would say. There is a fast way and a slow way to shrink the head, and I chose the kind of fast way. Just a few drops of water in the jar and then fill it up with acetone. And then we put the head in the acetone. So let's dunk the head in the acetone and kind of poke it down so it gets fully submerged. And I left it there for, I think it was kind of 4 hours. And now I'll take the head out. As you can see, it has swollen up quite a bit. And you have to be careful because it's very, very soft, and it's very soft. So now we'll just let this dry. I've read quite a few different techniques. Either you wait 1 day or like a couple of weeks, I don't know. But when it's really rock hard, then it's finished. Now let's cut off the arms and legs while we wait for the head to dry. So when I decided on how much longer I want the legs, I glue with hot glue this wire in the gap. And in the gap we will put some aluminium foil and apoxie sculpt on top of that. And when the apoxie sculpt has cured, we're gonna sand it so that surface is completely smooth with the rest of the body. So I wanted the body to be white because Jack is a skeleton, but it very rarely works out for me to actually paint a Monster High body. The paint always chips off in the joints. So now I try this new method to just sew on white fabric. And yeah, it looks a bit rough in the back, but that's okay because there are gonna be clothes over it, and I did all this for nothing. But as you see, the head has now shrunk very much, and the neck hole is very small. So I have to make the neck hole bigger. First I take off a bit of the neck peg, checking the size, and use an X-Acto knife carefully. And now it fits just right. Perfect.
There.
So now let's experiment. I have a vision of his face being a skull. I'm gonna cover kind of almost the whole head with epoxy sculpt. Then I'm gonna try to carve out the skull shape. So this looks pretty awful right now, but I'm trusting the process. Well, carving out the skull didn't go quite as I imagined, so as you can see, almost all of the epoxy is gone. Now I'm just cleaning off the dust. What's left here is some more prominent cheekbones and jawline. It will work. We will make it work. So I sprayed the face a couple of times with a white primer. After that, Mr. Super Clear. And now I'm gonna try to make it even whiter with this pan pastel. A few layers, and in between the layers, of course, some Mr. Super Clear. Now that he's white enough, I'll start sketching out all the features with this watercolor pencil, because I will use some acrylic paint like right away to paint all the details on the face. And when I'm happy with that, I'll just finish it with some Mr. Super Clear. Now the face is done, let's paint the hands, and first I need to cover up everything else with some plastic. No, what's plastic? Foil. I don't know, it's plastic, so that we don't accidentally spray paint the face, because we need to shield that. So, spray the hands. So now it's time to make his outfit, and by chance I just happen to have this perfect striped fabric. I just happen to have this striped fabric. Let's take his measurements and start sewing. So he has kind of a special bow tie, and I decided to make it out of this very thin foam board, and I just cut out the shape, or draw out the shape and cut it out, glue it on the neck. Well, first I paint it and then I glue it on the neck. I also made these shoes out of the same thin foam board. In the movie he has very simple shoes, so these will be just fine. So obviously this Jack Skellington doesn't quite look like in the movie we are used to, but this is my version. So with that said, let's see the beauty shots. And I just want to thank my new Patreons, Bob, Jem and the Instagrams, Janny, Hannah Bengtsson, Meliodas, Helen Ripley, Nandeska, Viola B, and Lisa. Thank you very much. If you want to be a Patreon, check out the link down below this video, and there is also a link to my Instagram and everything you need to know. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and push the bell button so you don't miss my next video. Bye!